Hi, everyone. On behalf of the shul, I wanted to wish everyone a happy Veterans Day. Thank you to all of our veterans for serving. It's a special time on our calendar here in this country where we get to express our appreciation to those who were willing to make the ultimate sacrifice, giving their years, their time to our country. In honor of the holiday, wanted to share a brief Dvar Torah about Jews, Judaism, Torah, and warfare. Military is here to protect us, but like all aspects of our life, Judaism expects us to behave in a unique and godly way. Halakha dictates how we should act, whether it's eating and drinking, whether it's marriage, whether it's the concept of Sabbath or Shabbos, whole litany of different parts of our life. And warfare and soldiering is no different. Perhaps most notably is that when we do capture a city or seek to capture a city, a Jewish army, a Torah army, is meant to lay a siege, not in a way that completely encircles and captures the enemy, but one which has a gap. Maimonides describes for us, when talking about the mitzvah of waging war, and it is a mitzvah to wage war in certain circumstances, to always leave an opening, to always make sure that there's an escape route, that our enemies who wish to opt out of opposition and have a means of getting themselves out of harm's way. Certain kind of compassion, and that's very important. Perhaps most of all, in terms of a biblical example, an example from Jewish history, from the first of our large family to wage war, when Avram led his expedition, his mission in the war between 4 kings versus 5 kings that we read about recently, he made sure that he was victorious. He didn't stop fighting until it was over. But after the fighting was over, he reflected upon the loss of life. The Torah tells us, Chazal tell us that he was concerned about what had just been done. According to the Medrash, Hashem tells him at that moment that because of his righteousness, he is going to merit having righteous ones come from him and be in his family. And what was that righteousness? Righteousness was that he fought a war to win the war, but when he had opportunity to reflect, he reflected as a person with compassion. He knew he had to do what he had to do, but he also had a regret for the outcome, not in terms of who won and lost, but for certainly the loss of human life that took place. It's important for us to try to reflect upon the sacrifice that people make. And certainly we give our thanks to the military in this country for making sure they keep us safe, making sure the wars that were existential for us were won so that you and I could be here. But more than that, the U.S. military has been a force for good throughout its history, going around the world, not just protecting our enemies, but taking on many missions. We're really even more humanitarian in nature. This is a value that stems from our tradition. We should be very proud. We should hold our heads high. We have contributed so much to the world in terms of morality, especially in contexts and settings where morality could be considered in short supply. These are some reflections some thoughts as we think about what men and women have to go through in the armed services, what they have to conceive of, what they have to do, what they have to perform. And that truly, it's not just the physical toll, but also the mental toll. But they go about it in a way of important perspective, making sure that they keep the citizens safe, and at the same time, doing the best that they can as a body, as an important group, to make sure that they act in a way that is becoming of the values of freedom and democracy that they wish to protect. Thank you once again to all of our veterans. Everybody take a moment to think about the unique Jewish perspective on military, in regards to military. Take a moment out today to be thankful and to be grateful for all that's been done on our behalf. Happy Veterans Day.